Yeah, so what we're gonna do next is just go to second section, and we need something like this. So we're gonna add a slider because we need a transitioning page, so it moves from one part to another. So yeah, sweet. So just give it a height of maybe 600. It's good. All right, just go 500. All right, cool. So in the slider, what we're gonna do first, we'll get rid of this slide 2. Yeah, okay. So slide 1, what we need is two sections basically. One is like this, the other one is like this, and then we'll come to the diagonal part again. We'll come back to it. All right. So what we need is this particular section, So introducing columns. So how we will achieve that in an easy way is we're gonna add a column to it. All right. So yeah, cool. So and we will give it a height of same what we have it given here. I believe 500 was it? Yeah, correct. So we'll just click on column 1, 500, column 2, 500. Perfect. And just we'll increase the slider. Oh, okay, we'll come back to this portion, right? Okay, so we have okay, one thing we need to do, if we see on the Skip the Dishes website, the one section is bigger than the other one. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna just, it's easy way to like split in this manner. We click the columns, we come to this, we click the small button settings, right? And then we can select the layout, like how we want our columns to look like. So let's say they give you presets, like you want 3, 2, 4. We need only 2. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna just customize it by ourselves. So we just make it an 8:4. So we click this and give it a background color of white just to make it more prominent. All right, perfect. So just go ahead, and can we download this image? Oh, I don't think so. Can we? No, we can't. So we just look for Skip the Dishes images. We'll just look for some random. Oh, cool. We have the one that you're looking for. So just we'll save image. We'll call it first. Save it on. I'm not sure if WebVP will be able to use it or not. So let's just give it a try. So let's say upload desktop. Wow, nope. We'll use the converter, no problem. So the first let's download all 3 images. One these ladies. All right. Do we have anything like that? Oopsie. So we just go for these ones, right? We're not bothered much about the image. Image can be replaced. Whatever the image you want to use, we can. So we just click second and save it. So now we have 2 images. We just need one more. So what's the third one look like? Some food, right? So okay, cool. So we got this image. I'm taking a long way. All right, so this one is JPEG, so that's a good news. So we can use it. So we just start with that one. So click here on the column, on the inspector. We just come right down, and then we see image ingredient. We're gonna add an image, background image. So we choose, we click, and then we upload. So what we have. All right, perfect. And just like the one that we did for our own header, what you're gonna do, you're gonna just call it cover and just position it in the center. Perfect, sir. So far it's okay. So far what we have achieved today, we have added a slider into another section, and then we have added a slider, and then we are working on the first slide where we have added columns, and then we are working on it. So okay, so we'll just go ahead and add we'll come back to this. We need h1, all right, and the paragraph. So in the column we can add a container that will help it to stay in the center itself. We don't have to work on it. So we just click column 3 and give it a property of flex. Yeah, perfect. In the container we're gonna add an h1. We can actually call it an h2 instead. So what's the gain time? No, what's the first one? All right, more choice. Perfect. So more choice. All right, and then we click the container. We click paragraph. All right, we just try to copy the entire text. Control C, click Control V. Is that easy? All right, so yeah, so far we have our first section, and then we scroll down, we come down to this section. So we have taken care of the text. Do we want 2 lines? We can actually do 2 lines just to make it more cooler. Okay, so let's break a line. So just click here and enter. So yeah, let's add to that dictionary. Control save. All right, so we have the choice option. We have added the image and everything. All right, so what we're gonna do next is, okay, so we need this diagonal. All right, so we need something to place on top of it, so that make it look like this. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna go back to our project, and we're gonna add a div to the slide, not the column, slide. All right, we'll call it a div block. All right, you can't see it, it's all right. We just go down and give it a color of black. All right, and we will position it absolute. All right, so we have a slider. All right, so we'll give it a width of maybe 300 and a height of, let's say, 1000. Cool. So, and we need to define a z index for this one, so we do -1000. All right, so here's the div. Or we just do 1000, I think. Yeah, so what z index does, it like, if you just look at it this way, if you're stacking one thing on top of it, basically not stacking, you're putting multiple things side to side, then z index will bring one object on the top of another. So let's say, just like this, if they both are in the same frame and you want one on top of the another, so this is the div, right, and this is a column. So if we click div, and then if we choose to click, let's say, if we call it 1, all right, so that's on top of it. But let's say if we call it -500, so basically it's on the same place, but we can't see it because this particular column has come on top of the div. So how to make this one prominent? We're just gonna go and assign 1 or 10, whatever. All right, so it depends, you just have to play with the values to get the right combination. So we have this div on top of it, but this is not the right place. We want it to be somewhere here, and with a diagonal design. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna add a 3D transform, and we're gonna rotate it to z index. All right, so I think 20 is okay, so we just call it 20. All right, and we want to scale a little bit, so we want oopsie, no. All right, so we'll not scale it, we'll just add a rotate value of z20. All right, and then we're gonna adjust the height from here. So we had given it a height of 1000. We're just gonna increase it to 1500. All right, okay, so, and we're gonna call it with a negative margin, so we want to move it a little bit more. Yeah, perfect. So we're just gonna aim for -120 right now, and we're gonna give it a left margin to move it from away from this side and make it come here, this. All right, so we'll just 220, not enough. How about if we give it like 600? Not enough, still not there. So how about 800? Yeah, it's there, but it's now overlapping their parts. So first we'll just go ahead and change it back to white. So yeah, we have got something similar to what we're looking at on the SkipTheDishes website. All right, but what we're gonna do, if we have a lot of margins, then what we're gonna do, we're gonna just increase its width instead. All right, and decrease the margin to 500. Just make it maybe 650. Yo. Okay, so 650, and then Yes, it's better. No, it's not better right now. So we're gonna give it a 700 pixel. Still not there. And how about 600? It's a little bit there, so I'll just give it minus 180. All right. Still we have a long way to go. Yes, now it's better. So what we see here is exactly what we have here, right? So we see the image, we see the diagonal part, we see the h2 and the paragraph. We have all of them right now. So just add a little bit margins to it. Let's click here, give it a top margin of 20. All right. So, and just let me tell you guys, there's no one fixed way to achieve this. Like, some people could play with the borders of the column, some people would add a div, some people would add a div with different margins, some people would go with a something different. All right. So this is what we think is going to be a quick fix to this. So that's why we have opted for this particular setup, where we added a div and then we place it into the middle by right and left, and then now we have it. All right. All right, so let's go back to our canvas. All right, it went out the frame. All right, so next job would be to place those sliders navigation in a different manner. So it is right now absolute, so we'll just change it to static. Oh, where it went. Okay, so let's see if it is absolute. How about if we move it a little bit? Can we? Alright, so first let's change its color for a time being, so we could exactly know that it's moving or not. Alright, and let's try to give it a z index of 100. So if we move it, is it going anywhere? No, it's not moving. Alright, so just go back to or reset it and change it to maybe fixed or relative. Alright, so if we put relative, yes, we can move it, but does it stay there? Alright, so what we are trying to do, we are trying to change its shape, which is not a big deal. What we can do here is just move the arrows. Slide navigation, how do we want it? We want it rounded, little rounded. All right, and then let's move it a little bit more. Let's say minus 500. Oh, it's on the top. Minus 300 I think should be okay. Nope. Minus 350. Yeah, it's similar. So what we can do, we can just so what we're trying to achieve here is this navigation. So okay, so let's see what they have done. We click inspect and then we dig down onto these. Cool. So it's a cursor, border radius, width. So let's say if we give it a class slide navigation and we write our own code, well, that's gonna be a lot of, we don't want to do that, right? Slide button, let's say. So okay, nope.